crossing first the right leg over the left. The right shin is in front of the left. I'm just getting my clock up. All right. Step aside, signboard. And take a moment, just rock a little bit side to side. And then begin to settle. When you settle, your hands can be released on your thighs, or you can choose to turn them up to receive the energy that abounds in your space. See if you can give a little bit more rise to the spine without stiffening into the spine. Just again, creating space for you to close your eyes, settle them into a closed position, or allow the gaze to float softly down to the earth. And bring attention to what you notice within the body. This is a quote by Rachel Naomi Remen. Healing may not be so much about getting better as about letting go of everything that isn't you. All of the expectations, all of the beliefs, and becoming who you are. So notice within the physical body if you're harboring any ailments, any injuries, anything within the physical structure that truly is healing right now. And differentiate that from any pain you may be holding in any parts of the body that are truly a function of your emotions right now. And there's a difference. Pain, when caused by an injury, is very real, it's very acute. Suffering, which is a belief that we hold surrounding the pain, is a choice. And when you lean into the pain, when you notice it and hold space for it and allow yourself to open up your healing mechanisms, then the suffering begins to dissipate because you turn into a nurturer, holding yourself in compassionate awareness of what the body can magically do to repair. And our beliefs, our mind gets in the way of that healing response sometimes. Emotions or experiences are you gripping onto that are getting in the way of healing? Maybe it's replaying. Let this be the beginning of a conscious healing process. One of our greatest tools for healing is our breath. Start to notice your own breath. Start to build a little bit more space in your breath, going deeper with the breath as you inhale, and deeper with the breath as you exhale. The Buddha once said, our sorrows and wounds are healed only when we touch them with compassion. So let each breath bathe your body with that loving, tender awareness. Consciously washing the breath over the parts of the body that may be healing in a physical way. And then compassionately touch the heart by bringing both palms to stack, one on top of the other. Connecting with your Anahata energy. Connecting with that bright glow of green. Maybe you welcome this mantra, I love and accept. So you acknowledge any weaknesses within the body, you celebrate any strengths within the body, you're loving and accepting it all, trusting in your own healing mechanism. I love and accept myself just as I am. I am healing. Keep breathing deeply, expanding the breath into the chest, which presses into the palms. Let's take 2 more cleansing breaths together. In through the nose, fill up. Out through the mouth, let go. One more big breath. Beautiful. From here, we're going to weave our right arm underneath the left arm, crossing at the elbows, preparing for an eagle bind. If it's comfortable to bring the palms together, go for it. If not, backs of the hands, or you can always hug your shoulders and just twist a little bit from side to side here, keeping the sit bones rooted, making the mobility come from the spine. Keep lifting the elbows up and away from the face, creating some space, broadening across the upper back. And then come back into center and lift up toward the sky, and then crunch the elbows toward your belly. So inhale, lift up, open your heart. And exhale, crunch elbows to belly. Just a little seated cat-cow variation, creating space between the vertebrae of the spine. 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice. Start to unwind the arms, ripple them a little bit, like you're in a 1980s breakdancing movie, doing the, what is the worm? I don't know what this is called. You know, when you used to do this. And then bring the hands flat to the earth, fingertips pointing the hips, and press the hips up away from the earth. Let the head tip back. Let the energy flow freely across your throat. Vishuddha chakra opening up through your center of truth. 1 more big breath. And then release your hips down. Extend your legs out in front of you and shake them. And then when you're ready, cross in the alternate way, bringing your left shin in front of the right shin. We're going to bring our left arm under the right arm, eagle bind, connecting at the palms or the backs of the hands or on the shoulders. Create some space and start to rotate left to right. Scanning your space. Come back into center. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, crunch elbows to the belly. Inhale, lift up, open your heart. And exhale to crunch and round through the back. 2 more. Your breath takes you on this journey. So no rush. that you want, or any breakdancing move that you want, or belly dancing, just to soften the shoulders. I love the look on the screen. It's awesome. All these arms are wildly flailing. All right, this time bring your hands behind you, palms, the heel of the palm to the hips, fingertips away from you, and press up, lifting the hips. If that's accessible to you, let the head tip back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. So try not to contract the ears to the shoulders. Try to press away, open up some space. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. Come on down to the earth. Roll over to your hands and knees. And I invite you to close your eyes and go on a little journey of the body. That's open to interpretation. So move any way that your inner wisdom guides you to move. Don't think about it. So get out of your mind right here. If you're a dancer, get out of that choreographing habit. Nobody's watching, just move. Stay true to the rhythm of breath. If this makes you uncomfortable, sit with that. Get curious about it. Why does this make you uncomfortable? Is it a trust issue? You're not getting your money's worth? What is it? Do you start to doubt your competency as your own yoga guide? Right? Have faith, have trust. You have everything you need. You are enough. Take 3 more breaths. I bet those 3 breaths are going to want to make you take about 20 more breaths, because once you really get into this, it feels really good. Once you establish that trusting relationship, get there, walk your hands as far away from you as you can get them, and then press the armpits down toward the earth. Feel your chest pressing down toward the earth. Feel the hips sinking toward the heels. And just start to awaken your Ajna chakra. It's that space between the eyebrows by moving the head to the right, moving the head to the left. That is your seat of intuition. It's your third eye. It's your 6th sense. Let that be a powerful guide for you during your practice today. Take 1 more breath. Beautiful. This is Balasana, child's pose, and it is here whenever you'd like to come back to reestablish that sense of safety and presence and grounding. It's also a nice place to go if your body gets tired or your breath starts to get jagged and you want to reestablish the breath. So notice how it feels to breathe in deeply, feeling the rib cage expand through the back body, and let it all go, sinking deeper into the shape. And when you're ready, we come into a table position with the shoulders stacked over the wrists, fingers are spread. We're going to extend our right leg behind us and rotate the foot so that the heel comes down to the earth, and peel the right arm up. This is our side plank. So it's a supported side plank, but it's just a way for us to get familiar with the alignment so that from the heel of that right foot, across the leg, the hip, the obliques, the ribs, the shoulder, out through the armpits, it's one long line of energy. So maybe you're noticing that you need to peel the shoulder back a little bit, or peel it forward a little bit, or what do you need to do to feel that energy? Do you feel the shoulders stacked upon one another, stacked over the left wrist? Can you engage a little bit more into the leg or the glute to help with that stability? Take 1 more big breath. And then press away from the earth. We're going to rise up, opening up through the left side body. So your right hand can wrap around for a bind, or it can stay floating. Your left arm reaches up and over to the side wall. If you have a wall there, maybe it's your kitchen. One more big breath. Beautiful. We're going to cartwheel both hands back to the earth and then step the right foot between the hands and rise up. Interlace your hands and press them into that thigh. And just take some little bounces, opening up space. Notice here if your shoulders are hugging onto your ears for dear life, woo, roll them down. From here, we're going to frame the front foot and lift the left foot, lift the left knee rather, and step the left foot in a little bit, coming into a pyramid pose. Great time to bring the blocks into practice if you have them. If you don't, have no fear. You have something, right? Maybe pillows or books, 2 big old cans of beans maybe. Any household item can be used as a prop in your yoga practice. So keep trying to draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and breathe into this intense leg stretch. Take one more big breath. Beautiful. From here, step the left foot to meet the right, forward fold at the top of the mat. Just noticing the differences in the legs right now. And then rise all the way up. Press down into the earth. Reach the body nice and tall. And as you exhale, fold. Halfway lift, hands to shin. Plant the hands, step back, one foot, then the other foot, high plank. Then release the knees back to table. Other side, left leg extends. Melt the heel down, peel the left arm up. Take a moment to align the body before you start to reach the left arm overhead. Really opening up through. I'm moving my heel back. I realize my foot is kind of forward, so I'm sliding my heel back to be more in line with my shoulder. Make the adjustments you need. And then slowly press the earth away. We're going to crescent over to the extended leg, the left side. Maybe the left hand wraps around for a bind or stays where it is. Maybe you need to spin the ribs open just a little bit here. Take one more big breath. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands to the mat and step the left foot between the hands in that low lunge shape. Hands can stack over, one over the other. Just give yourself a little space here. I like to move in my lunge. Maybe you like to be static. Again, relax the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades sliding down the back. One more big breath. And then bring the hands to frame the front foot. Lift the right knee and then step the foot in just a little bit, shortening the stance for your pyramid pose. So the legs are straight, all the toes facing forward, 2 different lanes of travel. Breathe into the strong sensations that you're noticing in the legs. And then step forward, forward, fold. Nice. I just did something to my hair. We'll see how it turns out. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift to a flat back. Plant the hands, step back to your high plank. This time all the way down to chaturanga. But before you start floating, check out your alignment once again. So your palms are rooted down, the index finger is facing forward or the center finger facing forward. Give a slight rotation of outward rotation of the shoulders so that the eye of the elbow faces forward. And then as you bend the elbows, they kiss the ribs on the way down. Nice. Untuck the toes. Inhale, press the heart up. Shoulders melt away. Exhale, release. This time, widen the legs just a little bit. Maybe they float, the tops of the feet float off of the mat. Come back up for a cobra. Notice any different sensation. Maybe that's more gentle and you can start to straighten the arms, coming into a full cobra. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Rooting down through the hip points and the pubis. Beautiful. Come all the way back down. Slide the feet so they're hip distance apart once again. Curl the toes under. Make your way to downward facing dog. Make any adjustments in the footing. Feel the inner thigh spinning toward the back wall or your kitchen, whatever's there, whatever's behind you. Invite the deep breath here because it changes when we get upside down. So we want to recalibrate it, get familiar with it. The breath is what heals. Chest melts toward your thighs. Take another breath. Beautiful. Look to the front of the mat. Bend the knees. Either take a little hop or walk your feet to your hands. Rise all the way up. Exhale, fold back down. Halfway lift, hands to shins. Plant the hands. You can either hop back, landing in a chaturanga, or step back into a high plank and then lower down. And we're all going to press the earth away, opening up the heart. Back to downward facing dog, where you find your breath once again. And let's take that sun salutation once more and look to the front of the mat. Bend the knees, guide the feet to the hands, however you'd like to arrive. Rise all the way up. Exhale, melt down. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands and take your flow your way. Being very mindful, being very deliberate, matching breath and movement. Breathe in. Breathe out. On the next inhale, right leg rises. Step the right foot behind the right wrist and melt the left heel down. Rise up for warrior one. So for warrior one, nice intentional lunge in that front thigh with an outward spiral. And actively root down through that left foot. Really feel it. Take a big breath in. Sink a little deeper. Building a little heat in the body, a little fire with holding. Keep inviting the knee to reach out toward the pinky edge of the foot rather than collapsing inward. That would stress the joint. Take one more big breath. From here, bring your hands right to your heart in prayer, Anjali Mudra. And we're going to start to shift the focus over to the left side and bend into the left knee, coming into a Skandasana. So if you need to bring your hands down to the earth to support you, go for it. If you need to keep the hips high because your knees don't bend that much, that's fine as well. Find your edge. The left arm is going to reach in front of the left shin. The right arm is going to go up to the sky. Or wrap that right arm around for a bind. Look up over the right shoulder. 2 more breaths. Then release the bind. We're going to walk back over to frame the right foot, come into a low lunge. Step the left foot to join forward fold. As we rise up, we find chair pose. So bend the knees. Hips reach down toward the heels. You can squeeze the thighs together, drawing all the energy into the midline, or separate the knees if that's more comfortable for your body. Weight is primarily in the heels, but the feet are flat. Long spine, 2 more breaths. Finding that fire. And fold. Halfway lift to a flat back. Plant the hands if you want to play around with jumping back. Again, just trust yourself, right? What's the worst that could happen? I don't want to hear the answer to that. Sometimes we just ask these hypothetical questions. Open up the heart. You can always put a pillow there. Reach the hips high, downward facing dog. Have we gotten to new levels that I'm making jokes and laughing at myself? One more big breath in. Full breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, left heel to the sky, left foot behind the left wrist, melt the right heel down, warrior one. So make sure the weight is even between the feet. We're not dumping into one edge or the other. Both are working. Both legs are engaged, spine is lifted, tailbone is rooted. A few more breaths. Take one more breath. Find your edge. And then slide the hands to your heart. Start to shift over into that right foot, sinking into your side lunge, Skandasana, flexing into the left foot. And then release your right arm down in front of the shin, left arm up, or wrap it around for a bind. Gaze over the left shoulder. Notice your breath. One more big breath. Release your behind. Walk nice and low, getting into the hips, over to frame the left foot. Right foot joins, forward fold. Sweep up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Yes. Let go of everything that isn't you, right? Does this incite fear? Do you want to run? Do you want to get out of this? Can you trust yourself and your breath? Yes. 2 more breaths. Keep sinking the tailbone low. 1 more breath. And fold. Nice work. Halfway lift to a flat back. Plant your hands, step or hop, however you'd like to travel. Travel. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Every journey doesn't need a roadmap. Sometimes you just get in your car and drive. One more. This is when we build trust and connection to the breath. The breath will be our guide. So inhale, right leg high. Right foot steps to right wrist. Left heel down, warrior one. Big breath in. Sink a little deeper. Hands to the heart, transition Skandasana over to the left. Open up for a twist. And then release the hands down, walk over to frame the right foot, low lunge. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, Utkatasana. Breathe in and bow down. Halfway lift to a flat back. Plant your hands, hop or step. Traveling in your own way. Arriving in the same destination, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel high. Left foot to left wrist, warrior one. Hands to heart, Skandasana. Shifting over to the right. Beautiful. Right, left arm up for your twist. And then walk the hands, stay low. Frame the left foot, low lunge. Right foot joins, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, create space. And sink the tailbone, Utkatasana. And bow down. Halfway lift to a flat back. Plant your hands, take your flow. Remember to hold yourself in a compassionate space. No self-criticism, no shame, pure awareness, pure love. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, right leg high. This time, right foot steps between the hands. Rise into your high crescent lunge. Take a big breath in. Then find your warrior two, keeping the stance wide, keeping that deep lunge in the front thigh and rooting through the back leg. Open. Now this time we're going to flip that right palm and straighten the right leg, reversing the warrior, reversing your triangle. And exhale back into warrior two. So inhale, reverse, straighten the leg. And exhale, warrior two. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. As you breathe out, you're going to cartwheel the hands down to the earth, framing the foot. This time we're going to come into a full Vashisthasana or side plank, knowing that you always have the option to modify if you want to drop the left knee, or if you want to amplify, take your right hand onto a bind on the right foot and travel over to your Vashisthasana. Maybe you keep the bind, maybe you turn it into a tree leg, but we're looking for that beautiful alignment, once again, that we visited at the beginning of practice. Shoulder over shoulder. Long energy. You can stack the ankles. You could take a wild thing too if you're begging for a back bend. Flip the right foot behind you with the knee bent. Two more breaths. You've got the power. One more breath. Come into your high plank. From high plank, lower all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way down. Separate those feet wide, tops of the feet onto the earth, and press up for a modified cobra. Big breath in. Full breath out. Melt down, bring those feet closer together. Make your way into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Same side, right leg high. Right foot steps between the hands. Rise back up, high crescent. So we're still on the right side. From high crescent, I know that everyone's like, we're on the left side now. I could hear you guys. We're going to press into the right foot, draw the left knee up to our chest, coming into a balancing stork pose. So keep the hips level. From here, we're going to find our full eagle pose. So cross the left thigh over the right. Really engage through the upper thigh. Cross at the knees. Wrap the toes around if that's there. And then your left arm, once again, finds its way under the right arm, crossing at the elbows. Pull the elbows away from your face. Maybe you start to tilt the fingertips away from you. Woo. And maybe you start to sink. And then from here, if you want to challenge yourself, you can inhale, lift up the heart again, and exhale. And it's okay to fall out of it. It means you try. One more big breath. All right, back up into your stork pose, and then find tree pose. So open up through your left hip, bring the left foot to the right leg, pressing one against the other, and then really lifting up through the spine. Maybe the arms start to grow into your branches. Connecting with your sense of stability, solidity as you root to the earth, but also your sense of expansion and growth. Your limitless potential as you reach the sky, but you know where you came from. Take a big breath in. Bring that knee back up to your chest once more. Step back to your high crescent. Float the hands down. Go through your flow. High to low plank. Meeting in downward facing dog. Keep creating space in the spine. Keep pressing chest to thighs. Keep spinning the upper thighs back. On the inhale, left heel to the sky. Left foot between the hands, rise up high crescent, and then open up to warrior two. Take time to make time. Take time to find your opening, right? Evenly rooted through the feet, spinning open through the hips, spine stacked, shoulders over hips. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, straighten the left leg, flip the left palm overhead. Beautiful side body stretch. And exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, flip and extend. Exhale, warrior two. You got that 2 more times. Last one. And as you come back to warrior two, those hands cartwheel to frame the left foot, preparing for your Vashisthasana, your side plank. So before you move, get that right palm firmly rooted with the wrist under the shoulder. Decide how you'd like to travel. And go ahead and make your way onto the outer edge of the right foot, or maybe the knee is down. I'm going to come back into another tree here. You got 3 more full breaths here, so challenge yourself. Heal yourself with breath. Heal yourself of limiting thoughts. And then we come back into high plank. Lower all the way down to the earth. Take that wide-legged cobra once again. Press up and away. 2 breaths. Feel the heart shining. And come on back down. Make your way to downward facing dog. With a big breath in and a big breath out. Left heel to the sky, same side. Left foot between the hands, high crescent lunge. From high crescent, shifting into the left foot, draw the right knee up for your stork pose. Breathe. From stork, start to wrap the right leg over the left, finding your eagle bind. And the right arm wraps underneath the left, connecting the palms. Maybe you sit deeper into those hips, keeping the hips shifting back rather than the knees lunging forward. And then challenge yourself if you want. Lift up, woo, and tuck elbows to the belly. Do that a few more times. It helps to establish a really strong foundation by squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes. Let's try one more of those. Nice. And then come back to neutral spine. Open those arms up. Bring the knee up into your chest. Find your external rotation and your tree pose. Guiding the foot above or below the knee. Pressing one into the other. Maybe the arms start to rise. Have a fixed gaze so the mind settles. One more breath. Bring your knee back towards your chest. Step back, high crescent lunge, and go through a flow. High to low plank. Come up to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look to the top of the mat. We're going to take a little hop. This time the feet are going to come outside of the pinkies. Malasana. Boop. Knowing that Malasana is not everyone's favorite, but if you can reach it in your body, find it. If you need to bring a little support, those blocks on that medium height serve as a really nice connector for your sit bones, or come all the way down onto your booty, taking Baddha Konasana. But if there's no physical reason why you can't come here, then be there and be okay with discomfort. right? Discomfort's in our mind. It's our mind holding on to suffering. Maybe you shift a little bit side to side. We're going to play around with that bind again, like in Malasana or in Skandasana. So if you bring that left arm in front of the left shin, right arm can reach up for a twist, or reach the right arm around and look for a full bind. So maybe the bind is there. Maybe you need a little help. That t-shirt that I always encourage you to keep by your mat may help you. The t-shirt or a strap. You're welcome to use that. You can also, if you want to play around with that funky bird of paradise, start to heel toe your right foot into the earth. Lift your hips. Root down. Oi. And rise up. Funky bird. And if you're there, smile. And then think about how to come back down. Doing it oh so deliberately. Whoop. And release the bind. We're going to bring both hands down to the earth and lift the hips up. Just come into a nice wide-legged forward fold here. The legs only need to be about as wide as the mat. Shift the hips from side to side. Shake out the arms. Flutter the lips. You can shake as much as you like in the legs. It's a really nice release. And then when you're ready, sink those hips back down into your Malasana squat. Using the elbows to encourage a little wider opening through your hips. And then finding our twist, right arm in front of the right shin, left arm up to the sky, or wrap it around, looking for that bind, using help if you need it. Stay here in the bind, breathe into it, or play around with coming up into your funky bird. Heel toe the left foot to the center of the mat. Draw those abs up and in, just like when we were crunching in our eagle. And arrive. Straighten the spine, shoulders over hips. And you can start to make your way back down. Release the bind. And then come onto your bootay. Come all the way down. Yeah. Extend those legs again and shake again. Whatever feels good in the body, just shake it. All right, from here, we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh and bring the left heel towards you, coming into a figure four shape. So you have the option of staying right here, choosing your adventure, making it as intense as you'd like it to be, or you can start to come up into a figure four table, reverse table, where you press the palms, fingertips facing you. Deep breaths, 3 more breaths. If you are lifted lower, we're going to bend the left knee, bringing that shin down, and stack your shins now into a fire log shape with the right shin on top, if that works for you. If not, bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to take a gentle twist to the right. Stack your palms over the right knee and press down. Just a little gentle pressure to offer a deeper stretch into that hip. One more breath. Come back into center. Uncross the legs. Shake again. Really get wild with your shake. Don't hold back. Such a release. And then we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh, drawing your right heel as close to you as you'd like. This time, turn your fists turn your palms the other way. So the heel of the palm faces you, fingertip away. Stay here or lift up into that table position. Pressing down evenly between the palms, keeping the hips in a level plane. Smooth breath. One more big breath. Then slowly lower down. I like to think of it. Right hand to the left knee. Take that gentle twist. Left hand on top. Press down. Sit up tall. Find a little twist. One more breath. And we come back into center. Uncross the legs. This time with the knees bent. Maybe knock the thighs together or shake. And then we come onto our back. Find a happy laughing baby. Combined wherever it's comfortable. Really invite the sacrum down to the earth. If you feel your tailbone lifted up and the lower back lifted up, drive it down. I'm not sure if you noticed my tank today. It says Namaste Thirsty. A little plug for my Thirsty Thursday yoga class tonight. It's a happy hour class at 5 p.m. Generally a gentle vinyasa flow with a big dose of mindfulness and mindful drinking tossed in. So whether you are enjoying adult beverages or you're a teetotaler or you just don't drink on Thursday nights, please come. Just the principles transcend the bar culture. Just getting you aware of what you're putting in your mouth, enjoying it with your senses and with your heart. So that's at 5 p.m. tonight. You can find that on eatyogadrink.com. Okay, commercial over. Release, draw the knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a big healing hug. It all begins with you loving and accepting yourself just as you are and trusting in your healing powers. Without that faith, the work doesn't get done. Take one more big breath. And then start to let the body go, releasing into your final resting shape, your Shavasana. Finding a corpse pose. Feel free to slide something underneath the knees to support your lower back if it needs it. Try to release any tightness and control you are squeezing onto in your muscles. Let the breath once again find its way to its natural cadence. And allow yourself to be. I will awaken you in a few moments with a poem. Healing is the journey. The destination is yourself. The full recognition of all the different aspects of yourself, your joy, your sorrow, your pain, and your pleasure, all lead you to the source of who you are. Only by having intimate contact with this source can you experience the fullness of your life. Only by fearlessly looking within can you embrace the landscape of your life and open yourself completely to all the love and compassion that lives inside of you. Philip Burke. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I am healing. Deepen your breath and welcome some movement to the body. Find a full body stretch. And then retract yourself into a little ball and roll onto one side. Whichever side is most comfortable for you. A space where you can reflect on the benefits of your practice and the trust that you've built for your own healing powers. Slowly begin to rise to a comfortable seat. Once you arrive, Anjali Mudra, hands find one another again in front of the heart. That tender space where you hold yourself with high esteem, with patience and gratitude and love, unconditional. Know that I am so incredibly grateful to you for practicing with us, for truly making this community so vibrant. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Again, feel free to check out tonight's Thirsty Thursday happy hour class if you're interested from 5 to 6 p.m. Otherwise, join me back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Fun Friday Flow, so you never know what kind of party poses we're going to have tossed in. I appreciate each and every one of you. For those of you who ordered merchandise, I sent an email yesterday. Thank you so much for your patience. The current situation has caused some delays in the blank merchandise getting to Felicia, our local artist. So I appreciate you being patient. It is a one-woman operation making everything. So know that everything is made by hand with love and it's worth the wait. So thank you. I beg your patience. I know she's bringing me the wine glasses this weekend, and I'm going to drop them off to you and put them in the mail this weekend as soon as I get them. So with that, hang